In the fierce arena of international trade, where nations battle for their economic futures, one relentless leader imposes his will while another stumbles, begging for mercy. Yes, we're talking about the trade clash between the United States and Canada, where Donald Trump, the titan of negotiation, made Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney look like a rookie in the ring. Want to know how a simple tariff announcement turned into a public humiliation that exposed an entire government's weakness? Stick with me, because over the next few minutes, I'll break down a story of power, surrender, and absolute victory that'll keep you glued to the end. This is more than politics. It's a leadership lesson that might just change how you see the world. Recently, the United States sealed trade deals with several countries, including Canada, and these agreements bear an unmistakable mark: Trump's strength. Baseline tariffs, higher than ever before, cover a wide range of goods and services, protecting key American industries like steel, aluminum, autos, and copper. The U.S. also hit Canada's lumber industry hard, targeting vital sectors of its northern neighbor. But the real drama began when Mark Carney walked into a press conference, convinced he could sell Canadians a fairy tale. He thought repeating, "We've got the best deal," would make reporters nod along. Big mistake. The room smelled weakness before he even spoke. When you walk in defensive, begging for approval, you've already lost. Trump never begged. Trump made deals with an iron fist. Carney, on the other hand, folded before the first question was asked. According to the Associated Press, Carney dropped most retaliatory tariffs to align with USMCA exemptions, calling it matching what the U.S. did. But when he stepped to the podium, his face gave it away: damage control mode. He wasn't projecting strength. He was pleading for survival. Reporters smelled blood and went for the jugular. Why drop tariffs when the U.S. hasn't budged an inch? Why surrender your cards with nothing in return? That's not negotiation. That's capitulation. Carney tried hiding behind stats, tossing out percentages like a nervous accountant. 5.5% here, 85% tariff-free there. Nobody cared about numbers. They wanted the truth. Trump pushed, and Carney collapsed. A prime minister who promised elbows up with hockey analogies suddenly looked like he was skating backward, scared to touch the puck. That's not strength. That's pure weakness. Today, I announced that Canada will match the United States by removing all tariffs on American goods under CUSMA, effective September 1st, Carney said. Reporters didn't hold back. They hammered him, exposing his lack of leverage. He ditched the digital tax, refused to match U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum, and scrapped counter-tariffs too. Each answer made him look smaller, weaker, more desperate. He claimed he was matching the U.S., but America walked away with everything and Canada got nothing. He admitted it without realizing. 85% tariff-free goods. That's not a Canadian win. It's Trump's trophy. Trump set the terms, and Carney played catch-up. When reporters pressed, asking if this was appeasement, Carney cracked. No fire, no fight, just excuses wrapped in technocratic jargon. It wasn't leadership. It was submission dressed as policy. The contrast is stark. Trump never entered a negotiation apologizing. He stood firm, and the other side blinked. Carney walked in blinking, and reporters roasted him alive. What did he gain by dropping tariffs? Nothing. How does this make you stronger? It doesn't. Trump wins, Canada loses. Simple. Months earlier, Carney tweeted, "Trump's tariffs are an attack on Canadian workers and businesses. We'll keep our tariffs until the Americans show respect." But Trump never fights half-heartedly. His tariffs protected American jobs in steel, aluminum, and agriculture. No apologies. Carney, who campaigned with tough talk and hockey analogies, folded under Trump's strength. Reporters saw it instantly. No charts needed to know who won. Trump dictated the terms. Carney justified his weakness. There's an exemption for Canadian exports to the U.S. under CUSMA, but not vice versa. Canada's retaliatory tariffs, designed to be surgical, irritated the U.S. The concern was that if America revoked its CUSMA exemption, Canada would suffer even more. The U.S. can escalate, Canada can't. Trump uses tariffs not just as leverage, but as a creed to bring back manufacturing. Canada must remove irritants to preserve preferred market access. It's a game of risk mitigation against a president who doesn't negotiate from weakness. Canadians saw their leader spin surrender as strategy, while Americans saw Trump force another country to play by U.S. rules. That's the difference between a winner and a loser. Carney waved best deal like a trophy, but nobody bought it. If the deal was so great, why did reporters laugh at his defense? Because everyone knows the truth. This wasn't a Canadian victory. It was Trump's triumph. The 85% tariff-free trade sounds nice on paper, but it's a U.S. achievement. Trump demanded, signed, and forced concessions. Carney showed up later, pretending it was his idea. A strong leader would have demanded parity. Carney bragged about crumbs while Trump took the whole plate. America won big, Canada lost big, and the world saw it. A sharp blow came when reporters grilled Carney on the digital services tax, Canada's supposed leverage. He promised to defend Canadian businesses, but scrapped it without conditions. Trump didn't even need to push. Carney gave it away willingly. Reporters pressed, and his answer was pure waffle, matching the U.S. Everyone knows it was appeasement. Now, heading into the next trade talks, Canada is weaker than ever. Dropping tariffs before negotiations is like tossing your shield before the battle starts. Trump doesn't respect weakness. He exploits it. Carney made Canada vulnerable. Trump's proven he fights hard and wins. Carney's proven he folds under pressure. What's next? Canada will enter talks defenseless, hoping for mercy that won't come. Trump will dictate every clause, and Carney will say, okay, crawl home, and make excuses. The U.S. will call the shots, and Canadians will be told, this is the best deal. But it'll be Trump's terms. Carney's setting himself up to fail again, and the blame will fall on him for folding too early, too often. Trump wins, Carney loses. America first delivered, and Canadians wonder why their leader follows instead of fights. Trump protected steel, aluminum, and jobs. Carney dropped tariffs and leverage, calling it strategy. Reporters exposed it. Every concession was a Trump victory, every excuse proof of Canada's decline. Trump doesn't flinch, Carney crumbles. America gains strength, Canada loses ground. Everyone sees it. That's all from the Zone Media Network. I'm Griffin, your host. Head to American Zone for the latest U.S. news, where you'll catch me too. Like, subscribe, comment.